My first guest, Normani Kordei, is a member of the girl supergroup Fifth Harmony. You know their chart-topping hits Boss and Work From Home, and she made headline news for being cyberbullied. During an interview with an online company called Galore, Normani hesitated when describing one of her bandmates. Pay close attention to her response to the interviewer's question.
And then Camila, she is, let's see, Camila, very quirky.
Quirky?
Yeah, very quirky, cute, quirky.
Cool.
Really and truly, most people would have thought nothing of that, but Normani said the haters came out in droves. Check out some of these messages. One message reads, "I hope ISIS does come to America. Maybe they'll kill you." And far too many commentators hurl the N-word at her. After receiving these messages, Normani took a break from her Twitter account and shut off the comments on her Instagram. She's here to talk to me exclusively and publicly address this whole cyberbullying issue for the first time. Please welcome Normani to my show. Welcome. Welcome. So glad to have you. Yes. Glad to have you.
Thank you.
Make yourself right at home. Well, Lord, this is an amazing situation.
Yes.
Do you think that this visceral attitude with which they attacked you, did it exist before the incident?
Honestly, I think that it really did derive from a deeper place. I think that they had hate towards me before, but they kind of used this particular situation as an opportunity to really just pick at me. I was kind of completely blindsided, especially with this particular situation. I did an interview just like I've done a million other interviews, and I expected to walk out and just carry on with my life, but this really took a toll on me.
Was there actually real conflict between you and the other band member?
No. I think that it's definitely all about people's perception and thinking that they know more than they actually do. Just because with social media, especially with our generation today, it's like the most important thing that there is right now. But I think that they really think that they know the whole story when they don't.
Would it have been possible for your other band member to validate the fact that you and her were cool, or is it that once it gets started, there's no stopping it?
Honestly, I think with social media, once it started, it's just out there. And then it's also not her responsibility to, say sorry or for us to even have to have a conversation on behalf of the fans.
This is more than words, though. They sent images and pictures out.
They did.
Let's talk about that.
They did. There was actually photoshopped images of me being lynched, which is just, it's awful. And I still can't, I'm like shaking talking about it. Sorry.
I understand. Take your time.
It's really awful, especially because I look at my grandmother and I look at my mom and I know what they had to go through. I look at Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, Malcolm X, and all that they did for me to be able to live the life that I deserve right now. And it's kind of like, is that in vain? It shouldn't be.
Who were these people making these comments? Did you know any of them?
Not personally, which is actually really scary. Because I am on the platform that I am, people know me, but I don't necessarily know everybody else. But these were fans of ours.
Isn't it amazing how the very people who cheer you on
come to concerts,
come to your concerts,
take pictures
with you, selfies and everything, can turn around and do that?
Right. No, it took me by surprise, and it's crazy to me. I think that social media and like Twitter and these Instagrams give people a bigger voice than they should have.
Right.
It gives them the opportunity to spit out hate without there being a repercussion.
Right. When you're a public figure and you're up in front of people, everybody knows you.
Right.
You don't know them. It is an invasive feeling. How are you coping with that?
Honestly, it's been a journey. I guess kind of getting used to the lifestyle that I do have. Like you said, people know me, but I don't necessarily know them, which can be scary, especially when I'm getting all of these hate comments.
A lot of times you'll walk up on a celebrity or somebody you deeply admire and you don't get the response that you expected. It's not always that they're arrogant. They just don't know which one to smile to and which one to watch out
It's
for.
110 things going on at one time, and you never really know what a person's going through as well. Like, for me, all of this happened when I was on tour.
Wow.
And even though I was on tour, I had to smile, I had to go to my meet and greets, because these are things that people are paying for. They come to see us.
Right.
And of course, you don't want to disappoint them because we're their idols.
I want to dig into this a little bit deeper. You got off of social media.
Yes.
And then you got back on. What made you get back on?
Honestly, I felt like I owed it to myself to not run. Even now that I'm back on social media, I still continue to get hate, but I know who I am as a person, and I know what my family thinks of me. I know what God thinks of me, and I know that I'm a child of His. And all that matters is what He thinks of me.
There's so many people who looked at that and saw those images and saw those pictures and said nothing.
Right.
They give permission for this kind of behavior to happen right up under your nose.
Of course, and I feel like they're almost afraid to speak up because of what they think that others may think of them.
They're afraid it's going to come back on them.
Right.
What would you say to someone in a similar situation, facing the same kind of problem right now? How would you encourage them? They're suffering at an anonymous bully online.
I think the first thing that I would tell you is to not be afraid to ask for help. I think that communication is definitely so important, and that's sometimes the difference between people still being here and those that get cyberbullied and take their own lives.
Normani, you've got this talent, which is amazing, and congratulations on your career and all the amazing things.
Thank you.
That's so cool.
I heard you watch the video.
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
I did. I'm up to speed.
Okay.
I got it. What do you want people to know about you as a person?
That I mean well. I just want to be good. I want to do good for the world, and I want people to leave from having a conversation from me, and hopefully I make their lives a little bit better. I just want to make a difference. I want to be at service.
Thank you for being who you are.
Thank you.
For what you do.